We all know that season 2 of FragPunk brought us new cards, and they even said that more cards would be coming later on in the season. But what if I told you they're already in the game and you can test them for yourself right now? Hey guys, Nightfall here, and today I want to show you something that I accidentally stumbled across, and it's not like a leak or anything. This is in the main game that anybody can access. By now, most of you know that I spend a lot of my time in custom games testing out new cards and just all kinds of combinations and things that you can do. And in my poking around, I went to the game settings, mode settings, and then I was going to default activate a shard card, and I was looking for rigged duels, and I accidentally stumbled across this card called Spiky Skin. Now, this card says your first instance of damage taken returns damage to your enemy. Headshots cannot trigger this effect. Great, but this card's not actually in the game. If you back out to the main screen and you go to your shard cards and you search for Spiky Skin, it's not here. And if you try to search for rigged duels the same way, it does not show up. But you can actually go through here and find all the cards that are supposed to be coming in season 2. And there are some pretty crazy cards. So let me just go through here. And the way that I found out how to do this is just if you type a letter, let's start with A, and then just kind of go through all the cards and see if anything stands out. Like this one here, Parting Explosion, doesn't sound familiar, but apparently you just explode when you die. Here you can see we come across Spiky Skin again. Further down, you can see mini traps, which I don't think was already in there, but it says enemy traps range minus 30%. And if we scroll back up, we see close range curse, enemy damage from close range minus 50%. And just scrolling through all of these, and if you haven't realized what's happening already, is by searching the letter A, it's going to search anything that has an A in the title or in the card description. So here we see another new card, Cursed Sniping. Enemy damage from long range minus 50%. And then towards the bottom, it seems like this is where all the new cards are hiding. So most of these are all new cards. So let's take a look and see what we have here. We have Dimensional Gate. Portals appear on the map, allowing players to traverse to the other side of walls. So basically, you're just going to be able to walk through walls now. Then there's a card called Dead Zone, which basically turns the round into a battle royale, forcing you to go to one site. Then we have Parting Force Field. Generates an area that slows enemies and speeds up allies. Prime Pays, gain weapon enhancements when using weapons dropped by enemies. Traps accelerate, traps increase the movement speed of nearby allies. We have Boxing Champion, fists do more damage and using them increase your movement speed. Painkiller, become invincible for 3 seconds, then suffer the damage that you blocked. Quick Draw, can switch quickly from knife to gun. Gadget Breaker, gain a throwable device that ignores obstacles and destroys enemy gadgets within 4 meters. Music Bomb, obtain a music bomb which drowns out the hearing of enemies in range temporarily. Feel the Base, upon landing, generate a sound wave all around you that deals damage to enemies, ignoring obstacles, which kind of just sounds like a play on Super Jump. There's Sonic Boom, when firing, there's a chance to release a shockwave that knocks enemies down. That seems broken for 3 shard points. And it gets even crazier. We know that this season is all about music themed and band themed. Well, look at all these cards that are just absolutely music themed. We have Beat Runner for 5 shard points. Jumping to the rhythm of the prompts boosts movement speed. Then we have this one, Dancing King, and it says while dancing, a shield that blocks bullets and projectiles appears around you. So this is going to be insane. Another one, 3 shard points, and you could just emote and dance on top of the converter, and there's nothing they can do about it. Then we have this one for 6 shard points, and it's called Bot Dance, and you can perform a mechanical dance to summon armed bots, which is just like the Roger bots, but still. Another one, we have Note Collection, drops buffs that can stack. Who knows what that even does? I haven't tested any of these out yet. We have Dance Floor. A dance floor is generated on the map, forcing players to dance. Battle Drummer, drum set appears in your spawn site. After playing, it grants the player a random buff. Scoot and Shoot, increase movement speed while firing continuously. Shield Break Charge, after losing extra HP, weapon damage and movement speed plus 20% for 6 seconds. Silent Planting, no sound during planting. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Enduring Traps, allied trap effects last 50% longer. Fate's Coin, toss a coin, either restore your HP or take damage. 50-50. You flip a coin, if it's heads, could die. If it's tails, maybe you gain some health. Are you willing to take that risk? Probably not. Then we have healthy sprint. Higher the health limit, the higher the movement speed. Then we have an interesting one, kindred spirits. Every player is assigned a random color. Players with the same color can only damage each other with melee attacks. So does that mean that once somebody wins that, like if you have two red characters and everybody else is a different color, the red character on that team is basically going to win the game because nobody else can kill them? Then there's Blessed Bullet. When the last bullet in the mag completes a kill, restore allies HP and skill use to full. Yeah, for 3 shard points. Then rounding it off, we have some more at the bottom here. Dusty Bullets. Enemies hit by bullets have their vision obscured. We have a tracking round. When activated, reveals enemies hit by your bullets for 5 seconds. There's Fragmentation Bullets. When bullets hit lancers, they split and shoot an additional 3 bullets behind the lancer. What? Then a couple here for 2, no pain, no slain. Damage plus 30%, but lose 1 HP per shot. Then we have another one here, Demolition Extension. The converter does not explode when being diffused. Not really sure what that means because if you diffuse it, typically it doesn't explode anyway. And then the last one here is Split the Check. Select an ally and generate a chain that shares damage with them. Gonna have to test that one out. I don't know why you would ever want to share damage with your own teammate. That doesn't make any sense. But let me go ahead and delete this A here and just put in a B and see if I come across any other cards. So I got to the end here and it doesn't look like anything else was added. So I'm going to try a more popular letter. Let's go with the letter S, scroll through and see if we find any new cards, or probably just scroll to the very bottom where all of the new cards seem to be hiding and see if there's anything new here. And we can see this one right here, Healthy Sprint. I think we already read that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other cards in here. You're free to go through here and in your own custom game and test this out and just maybe do all the letters, like maybe do R, scroll all the way to the bottom. Not all of them are going to be hiding at the bottom, so you will have to scroll through this just about every single time. But I think we pretty much found all the cards hiding in here that are going to be coming later this season. But I think the one card that I want to test out, or maybe a couple cards that I want to test out here, Split the Check is definitely one of them. I want to see what Battle Drummer is all about, and I want to see how Dead Zone affects the game. And I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory here. So yeah, let's hop into a game. Let's go ahead and add some bots, and we'll start the round and see what happens. All right, so there's a drum set here. I held X to play it. Not sure if my discipline always used to do that, but it seems like you just play it one time, you just smack it with a stick and that's it. And then you see at the top there, the safe area is shrinking toward a site. But there should also be a dance floor on the map somewhere. And you can see you take 2 ticks of damage for every second you're outside of this zone. And stuff like that is going to cause a problem. You can see I died. Now the pathogen is going to be okay because she had full health and didn't really do anything, but cards like this can definitely change the game. So something like that in rank is going to be insane. And I wonder how long it takes for it to completely close. I might have to test that out as well and see just what happens if you stay outside of it after it reaches 100%. So I found the dance floor and I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do. There's this dance floor here, and then there's another dance floor over here. And even if I dance in it, it doesn't look like it really does anything. Also, the Split the Check card, I can't get to work. So maybe all of these cards are hidden within the custom menu, but you can't test them because some of them just don't work. Now, I do want to test this Kindred Spirits card and see what happens if you kill the other person with the same color as you. Because if it just does what it says it does, if I kill the other red person on the enemy team, they wouldn't be able to win the round anymore. The only way I can see this card actually working is if the enemy of that color doesn't take damage from your gun and you can melee them, but everybody else will end up taking damage from your weapon. So it looks like I'm pink. I can see my teammates over there. So maybe it's not all colors. So it looks like there's 2 blue, 2 yellow, and then I'm pink. So let's see if I come across. So there's another pink one. So he can't damage me with his gun and I can't damage him with my gun. Can only melee him. So now the question is, can I shoot the enemy with a different color with my gun? Well, let's go try and find out. And yes, you can. But can I melee them of a different color? And the answer to that question is also yes. So again, I don't know if we were actually meant to see these cards, but it is kind of cool to be able to check in here and kind of get a leak that was an accident on their part. And again, you can't go in here and test all of them because certain ones just don't work. Like the dance floor one, you step on the dance floor and it doesn't seem like it forces you to dance, unless maybe it was just active for my team. And when I stepped on it, it just didn't force me to dance because it was my card. Not entirely sure, but it was super cool to be able to test out all these cards, especially the Dead Zone one, which essentially just turns the game into a BR for a round. And again, a lot of these cards are very interesting and could definitely shift a lot of the meta in ranked play when it comes to what cards need to be banned and what cards should just be an auto pick. But let me know if you were able to find any other cards that I didn't see here. And if you have any questions on cards that you want me to maybe test in my own custom game. And also, is there any other cards that you were looking forward to or cards that you wish they would add to the game? Let me know down in the comments and I'll catch you guys in the next one.